Welcome back to the Grand Slam channel. Today is Wednesday, March 19. We got a full slate of NBA. Believe we got 11 games on the slate. A lot of good value, a lot of good players going in today that I like. A couple wagons. Recap of yesterday, you should have had a perfect slip if you took Keon Johnson's points. Unfortunately, we took his PRA. If you took his fantasy was a heartbreaker. He was off by zero point 0.4. If you avoided the bump, you should have cashed that. But overall, you should have gone at least a 405. But if you took Keon Johnson's points, you should have cashed. If you took the bump on Keon Johnson's fantasy score, which unfortunately I did, you chalked by zero point 0.4. It was a right read. He was in personal foul trouble in the first two quarters. I didn't play the full minutes he usually does, but it was still a good read. But overall, we still ended up going 4 for 5. Today, 11 games. I will have multiple slips on my cord. The first ones I'm going to be going with, unfortunately, they are on the popular tab, and that is Josh Giddey and Grimes. But I will not be taking these two, with the exception of Giddey. First one I'll be going with, obviously, Grimes. I think everything is in play for Grimes, especially his Gabi points. I do like his Gabi points best at 19.5. But I'm personally going to be taking his points to assists at 27.5. He's been averaging about 4 to 6 assists a game. I don't think his regular line is up yet. They do have his Demon and Gabi, but he's been well averaging. I mean, he can get this just on points alone at 27.5, which I expect him to get about 25, 26 points against the Thunder. He is going to regress just a tad bit, but he's been a monster lately, especially since he's been inserted in the starting lineup. With Kelly Oubre out, Maxey out, and Embiid out, it's definitely he's a number one option. So you got to have some Quentin Grimes in your slips. As far as props, like I mentioned, points and assists, points Gabi, PRA, pretty much everything is in play. That's a big reason why it's a popular play. But I'm going to avoid the points. Probably go with his Gabi points on a separate slip. But I do like his regular line at points and assists. Next up is Josh Giddey. He had a couple games off. He had a minor injury, but he's back. If he plays his full minutes, this should easily cash in the first half. I think it's going to take him probably the whole game. Not sure if he's on minutes restriction. I just checked. He should be a good to go. Going against Phoenix, Phoenix doesn't play very well defense. So Josh Giddey should do his thing. I do like his PRA, and that's what I'm going to be taking at 31.5. Usually his line's been at 33, 34.5. But he missed a couple games. He should be fine. And he should catch that. I do have him projected to go over 35 as far as PRA. Third leg I'm going to be going with, that is the wagon himself. That is Jaden McDaniels. Like I mentioned before, Timberwolves are at full strength. So Jaden McDaniels has gone below his productivity of usual. But every time we've been targeting several props and those have been cashing. So for this matchup, I will be taking his rebounds and assists at 9. It's going to get bumped to 9.5. I think he's going to get 10. I have him projected to get 10. So against the Pelicans, definitely can go over, especially if it does become a blowout. McDaniel should be in the later minutes. So RA, that's what I'm going to be taking. It's going to get bumped to 9.5, so hopefully you guys get it at 9. If it gets to 9.5, I suggest you guys pivot to a Gabi of his. But right now, his RA is best. DG Fantasy has him at a 53% hit rate to go over as well. Fourth leg, it's probably going to be my play of the day. It's going to be Austin Reeves. I'm going to have him on multiple slips. I do like everything. He plays very, very well against Denver. I believe he went off on Denver last time, which was 2 weeks ago. Was it the 14? Actually, a week ago. He had 58. I believe Luka was playing also. He's going to regress just a tad bit, but I still think he's going to have a monster game. Overall, I'm going to be taking his fantasy score at 42. It's going to get bumped further. We should definitely clear this line. 74.1 against Denver a couple games ago. He's going to regress from that, but he should easily clear 45 in this one. Him and Luka, you can't go wrong. Those are the two options for the Lakers, but I think Reeves matches very well against the Nuggets when he plays against them. You can also target Christian Braun on the opposite end. Good high fast paced game. So Christian Braun is definitely in play for the Nuggets as well. Next up is going to be Tobias Harris. And every time we've been taking him, we've been cashing. Obviously, we've been targeting his points separately. We've been targeting his rebounds. This matchup against Miami, definitely taking his rebounds. I do have him projected to get a double-double, so you might want to take his points and rebounds. I think he's going to have a big game against Miami. So Tobias Harris, points and rebounds is also in play at 19.5. It's solid. But right now, I do like his rebounds at 4.5 Gabi. I don't think his regular line... They do not have his regular line. His regular line should be at 6, but unfortunately here on PrizePicks they don't have them. They have Demons or Gobbies. So I'm going to pivot to his Gobby at 4.5. And one more I like to mention, and that is Tyus Jones. Big reason why Bradley Beal is out for this one. So somebody's got to assist. Tyus Jones is that guy. So I'm going to be targeting his assist. 6 is solid, but he might push. So I will be taking his Gabi at 4.5 on one of my Gabi slips. So Bradley Beal is questionable, but I have him ruled out. He's most likely going to be ruled out. Even if he does play, which I doubt, it's going to be Tyus Jones' assist. And then it's going to be a roll. And it's a dart, but I think if Bradley Beal's out, you got to have Tyus Jones. But I do have him out for this game. And those are the 6 that I like. So break them apart. Like I mentioned, Reeves, you got to have Reeves in there. Especially Grimes as well, since he's the #1 option for Philly. Other than that, mix and match. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support. I will have multiple slips across all platforms on my cord. I will be working on March Madness as well tonight. So I believe it starts tomorrow. So join the core. The link is in the description below. Other than that, have a great day and see you guys in the next one.